From Atlanta and Montreal, broadcasting on Twitch TV. You're listening to the 80 Proof Podcast with Chris Rucker and J Bomb. Grab a drink. We're live.
Welcome to the affiliated 80 Proof Podcast.
We did it, brother.
Hey, Bomb, you can hear me finally. We just went through some technical shit. I have had a day.
Dude, I feel so fucking bad for you, man. Like, when you came on and, like, voice meter wasn't working, I was like, no, this is the cherry on top of Rucker's shitty morning. Or shitty evening, sorry. Damn.
You know what's even shittier right now is my headphones are fucking up.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So when we go to break, I'll disconnect and go to something else. But it's all good. We're here. We're fucking live. Nobody wants to hear that woe is me shit. How you been?
I had a great day. I'm sorry. I had an absolutely great day today. I've been on vacation yesterday and then today. Jumped on earlier, did a quick promo for tonight's episode because we got a guest rolling in around 10 p.m., baby. And, dude, we're affiliate. We made it. We got here. Thank you, everybody in the chat that's been on this for the journey. We got a bunch of people who have subbed already. We got to name them, Chris. Hold on. Why can't I see this? Can you see who subbed?
As a matter of fact, I can see a couple. Sheena
subbed. Thank you.
Metallic Fender subscribed with Prime. Terry Lynch subscribed. Talkomania TV subscribed.
Hell yeah.
I'll subscribe eventually once I wake up.
I don't know. Home. You have to sub from boot to the faces anyways, but I want to hear about your shitty day, Chris.
So I came home and basically crashed. Like I took a shower, almost cried myself to sleep, and my wife comes upstairs. She's like, don't you have a show you're supposed to be doing? I was like, fucking shit. Like, what time is it? She's like, it's 8:40. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. She's like, your phone's been going off. And I look, you've texted me like all the emails from Twitch telling us we're affiliated are going off. And you're like, what time can you go? I'm like, 5 minutes. Yeah, I fell asleep in those like seconds after I told you 5 minutes. I wake up, I come down here to try to get this shit going, and of course it's not working right, but we're good. We're live now. Dude, and it's fantastic.
You are me last week, man. Or on Wednesday. I got up from a weird ass fucking nap and it fucked up all my shit. Do you have a drink going? Yeah.
Yes. Just made it. So here's my day sucked at work, right? Like shitty day at work. Trying to come home and I hear boom. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, did I hit a goddamn reindeer? Like, are gifts not going to be passed out this year? I don't know what happened. And then all of a sudden my light goes off that says your tire pressure is low. So I'm getting onto the entrance ramp of the expressway here in Metro Atlanta. I pull to the side. I have a tire with a hole in it, probably the size of the top of a thumbtack. And I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. And I'm not the most handy motherfucker in the world, right? So I pull the donut tire out. I get the jack. I just got new tires like a month and a half ago, and they stripped 2 of the 5 bolts that were on there. But they got one of them little fucking machines, you know?
It's an impact gun, buddy. Come on.
Yeah. I know what it's called. I'm still kind of asleep. I don't have one of them in my truck. In my trunk, all I have is the little fucking crowbar schwammy type joint that they put in there,
Schwammy.
and it's
That's a
not
new
working correct. Schwammy, yeah, it's one of them. It's a schwammy. So I have to take my 4-iron out of my golf club bag and like hold the crowbar schwammy on there and pop the end of it to where it goes all the way on the bolt just to get the tire off. And so on the last bolt, all of a sudden my car rolls backwards 4 inches and comes off the jack.
Dude, do you see? I put the picture up that you posted in our Discord. I got a couple questions.
Yeah,
so I understand the golf club now. What's the golf ball there?
Honestly, I don't know how or why I had the ball right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw that picture and somebody was like, "Why do you have a ball there?" I was like, "I really don't fucking know." By that time, I think I was like on autopilot, like just of frustration and upsetness that some kind of way a golf ball ended up in the middle of all of it. But it's all good. We're here. We're live. We're affiliated. I'm not gonna let it get me down. Fuck that shit.
You're hiding the like. My mind would be so cloudy, and like it would just be like a revolving Rolodex going on in my mind. Like, were you sweating while this is going on? Like, you're on the side of the highway here.
No, it's fucking 30-something degrees. I tell you what, motherfuckers drove by me the whole like 20 minutes I was doing it. But guess what? As I'm closing the trunk, when I get it done, some bitch pulls up next to me. Hey, bud, you need a hand?
Whatever.
Like, nah, I'm good.
Typical.
And I couldn't get mad at him because he didn't know about the other fucking 200 cars that passed by me and didn't help. So.
Holy shit. KRS 10613.
That's Kristen.
Kristen, thank you for the Prime Kristen. Sub. Much appreciated. Okay, so first of all, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We got, let's start from the top here. Tattooed China Doll is in here. Spider X1 is in here. Sheen is in here. Tara is in here as well. Chaos Theory, what's up? Mike Farrell. Pony Power is up in here. Irish Whip. Spider X1. MTL Twisted, what is up, my buddy? Yeah, if you want to link or if you want to sub using your Twitch Prime, you have to link your Prime Gaming account to your Amazon account. So just Google Prime Gaming, and then I'm pretty sure you just hold on. Let me see if I can do this. I walked my buddy through it before we got on the show because he's like, "Oh, I want to do it." So Google Prime Gaming. And then once you're there, you log on in there, and then there should be something that says link to your Twitch account. You're going to have to put in your password like 100 times. But at that point, you just go to the sub button, you hit that sub button, and it'll give you the option to sub with your Twitch. And it costs you nothing. And it supports the show. It's like a monthly donation. And it's much, much, much appreciated. Chaos Theory figured it out. If Chaos Theory could figure it out, guys, then we're good to go. But thank you very much for the subs, guys. We really appreciate it. We couldn't have done this without all of you. We're affiliated. We needed those average viewers, and you guys really pulled through for us. So thank you so much. Rucker, you got your shit together or what?
No, I don't.
I feel so bad for this guy. Now, if the roles were reversed, right? You've heard it on the show where Rucker likes to make fun of people while this kind of shit is going on. I'm not going to because he's had such a bad day. But can you hear me now?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make fun of me all you want.
No. Your audio is kind of clicking. We can't hear your audio good. Oh, God. Here we go.
How about now?
I can hear you.
There's like now?
Yeah, we're good now, I think.
All right, that's fine. Rucker lives to make fun of people. This is true. I'm an asshole. I can dish it out as well as I can take it, though. So if you want to make fun of me, then you go right ahead. I don't really give a fuck. Right? I have had such a bad day that right now it's like, it's almost comical. You know, when a snowball happens and you just can't do anything but laugh. That's where I'm at right now. So bam. JP showed up and boom, technical issues. This is true. JP, get the fuck out of here.
Chaos Theory just subbed with the Prime. Thank you so much, buddy. Much appreciated. This is now a new thing that we got to get used to. We got to get used to fucking calling this out. I'm not getting the pop-ups on my screen, which is a little bit annoying. So if I miss it, I will come back and thank you. But it's tough.
I think we're too old Twitch is a young man's game.
It is. But dude,
and you are, believe it or not, you're old. I know you feel young because you hang out with me a lot, and I'm a bit older than you. But believe it or not, Jay, you're fucking old.
I know, man.
You're out of we're out of the Twitch demo. We're out of the Twitch demo. It's time to accept it.
Hey,
we need to go to Facebook. We're gonna have to start Facebook Live.
No, we're not ever doing that. We're not ever doing that. Listen, we're not out of the Twitch demo. We're affiliated on Twitch within 30 days. This is our 8th stream, and we are on it. That's huge. You know how long it took me to do that on Talkamania?
Yeah.
By the way, nice shirt. I love the shirt.
I did that on purpose. I was gonna wear my Chaos Theory shirt, but it was a little snug. So I'm gonna have to wait to bring the Chaos Theory shirt until I can get on the exercise bike for like a week straight.
Would you buy a large? Wishful thinking?
No, I bought an extra large like normal, but for whatever reason the Chaos Theory shirt was, I guess because it was that stonewashed gray color. Maybe it doesn't fit like a regular shirt does. Okay. But little snug. All
right,
it was like a sports bra.
This is what I'm going to get you to do. One more technical thing. Because you're such a soft-spoken gentleman, I'm just going to have you open voice meter, and that little noise gate thing, the little knob that you turn underneath your microphone, just drop that down to like a 3.5. Because you're so polite and such a nice guy, and you speak so softly, that it's going in and out. Because you can't even hit that.
How about now?
It sounds better. My man.
I'm gonna speak moistly because I'm talking to a Canadian. So
first 50 minutes of stream has been nothing but technical shit. Look at us. Hey, we get affiliated and we're falling apart. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the affiliation. We'll take your fucking money. Quality of the show is gonna go downhill now.
Oh wait, y'all are subscribing now? All of a sudden, there's nothing but glitches and static and shit everywhere. I am polite. KRS 10613. Clearly, she's an old school rap fan. Big booty hoes, hump with it. That's not old school enough though. What's an old school rap song that talks about ass?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Guido Anchovy, you're the man. Even I was listening back to our last episode today at work, because I had such a long day at work. Guido Anchovy, I want to apologize. You're not that much of an asshole. You just subscribe, so you're like, we'll make you VIP now.
You know what? Somehow he got his VIP. I looked through it and he was somehow on there.
Oh, which one's Guido Anchovy, by the way?
That's Jeff. Jeffrey.
Okay, Jeff. I got you.
He's my friend that's on Parler.
Yeah. I know. Jeff and Steph.
Jeff and Steph, take it away. My name's Jeff. Oh, fuck, dudes. I've been waiting for the Friday night stream. You know who I haven't seen yet? I haven't seen AJ Reed. He wasn't here on Wednesday. Is this guy all right? Have you spoken to him?
I have. I think he's like trapped in a onesie right now. Last time I talked to him, he was trying to squeeze into a really deep V-neck shirt, so he might be a minute. Like it was a whole thing. Like he called me, he was complaining about baby oil and shit like that, and he'll show up for the Zoom with no shirt on though. So,
and baby oiled, like all glistening and ready to go for the after dark episodes.
This is the episode we just make fun of people that listen to us.
We're like, you idiots, sub to this show. We got you now.
Yeah. Congratulations, for the next month we own your ass.
Hell yeah, baby. $4.99. But yeah, no, thank you very much, Guido Anchovy. Again, if you guys are just joining now, we are affiliate. The sub button is there. It's 20% off for this month. That's from Twitch, not from us. We don't set the tone. We don't set the rates. But if you do have a Twitch account, if you have an Amazon Prime account, it's free, baby. It's free. So,
yep.
All right.
And then in about 38 minutes or so, we will have our guest here. Irish Whip, thank you. We will have our guest, and so Rucker already makes fun of me. I am nice to you, woman. Enough. Quit embarrassing me in front of company.
Holy shit. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Okay, so listen, we're going to take our first quick break, a fake one, because we got to start doing that. Because I edited the episode and had to put the time breaks in. I suck at that, dude. That is an art that you have mastered. If you listen back, I'm just like, there's a little bit of a break. I'm like, bam, shove it in. I couldn't. You do a really good job figuring out like topically where to throw that in. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm good at that because over on Boots to the Face, I always forget to take 4 or 5 breaks throughout the episode.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of figure out when you change topics and shit like that. It's an art, Jay. You know, one of these days, your level of editing and stuff like that will catch up to mine. But until then, I will drag you along with me as we limp to the finish line of 80 proof.
Is that a thing that like you start learning when you get closer to 40?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, listen, we're going to take our fake break and then we're going to jump back in. We're actually going to talk about some topics because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So guys, we'll be right back after this.
Oh, you want me to do?
Yeah, I want you to do.
See, I was, my God, this is awful. So I'm looking at the actual stream manager and it's like 5 seconds behind. And I just happened to glance down at Zoom and Jay's giving me one of these.
Let's go, buddy. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. They aren't listening to the chat. We are listening to the chat. We can't hear the chat. We can only see it. So you're right. We're not listening to the chat, Sheena.
Yeah, Sheena, God damn it. You're so hostile.
She is. She's very needy, that one.
She is, and she's driving. How are you chatting while driving?
Oh my God. Did you not hear the story of me almost dying today, Sheena? Quit chatting and driving.
Jesus, it's so dangerous. What's wrong with you, Sheena? God damn it. Sheena got a shout out in the show notes on our Twitter this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big time. Big time.
She's big time in the 80 proof community. Look at her. Look how many icons everybody's got. This is amazing. The diamond, the first. That means that you've subbed 1 month. This is huge.
Wait till we get some young people in here that actually like all that shit. All these people are old.
I know. Like I could set up emotes. I can set up like little pineapple emotes or Rucker's face and shit like that. We can have all that fun stuff going. We can make you guys play sounds. There's ways that if you do stuff, my lights can change. There's a whole bunch of shit that we can do.
Lights like what? Like the lights you got back there?
Yeah, actually, like smart plugs with Alexa and shit, I can set that whole thing up so that if somebody like, let's say, so there's these things that we have now called cheer bits, and basically it's, I think a cent per cheer. So if you want to buy them and then you can like, we could set up the stream where somebody donates 10 bits, cost them 10 cents, and then like shit can happen in the room or shit can happen on the screen. Like, it's I don't know how it works. Like you said, Twitch is a young man's game, so people get off on this.
Wow, that's I'm scared to even fuck with all that. Fuck that. That's all you, buddy.
I know.
You are more than welcome to try to do all that shit. I will just sit here with my camera and my ring light and act like an Instagram girl putting on makeup.
Look.
Hi, welcome to my channel.
This is my makeup tutorial. Princess Needle, what's up? Thank you for joining. So yeah, it's endless. Like literally, I did that promo just to get an extra stream put in so we can get affiliate for tonight. I wanted to celebrate it. And then I went down a rabbit hole. There's so many new options now in our like settings. And I'm a little bit overwhelmed. So hopefully I can figure out some help. I know JP from Kayfabe can help with that.
Yeah. He's very trendy, that guy.
He knows what's up with the Twitch world.
What's up, Pony Power? Is Twitch owned by Amazon?
No, they're just affiliated really well with each other now. Amazon Prime Gaming.
You know who else is affiliated? Fucking 80 Proof.
Hell yeah. Only took fucking, what are we on, like day, we started in November? I can pull it, but I don't remember.
3 weeks to the day. It's 3 weeks today.
Cheers, Rucker, man. Well done, buddy. Couldn't have done it without you.
All right. Well, now that we're here, I quit.
I know, we gotta keep going. We gotta go for partner. We need that 75 average view. That's a big jump. But once you're partner, there's some huge shit. So if you guys notice a couple things that are different, if you tune into the channel and you aren't subbed, you are gonna get an ad that plays at the beginning. I think at some point we can run ads through it. If you want to get rid of those ads, you just gotta sub. If there's nothing we could do, that's how Twitch works. We're not putting them there, so it's not our fault.
Wait, do we get anything for the ads?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay then.
Yeah, we got
All
a new
right.
revenue machine, baby.
I'll be able to buy me a new tire pretty soon.
That's it, buddy. Yeah. So is your tire scrapped or what?
And a furnace. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, all right.
I
Let's
really
move
don't.
on.
I really don't. I really don't.
So
Oh, that shit.
my buddy, when I was getting on Metallic Fender, he's not in the chat. He fell asleep. But he was trying to figure out how to get this whole sub thing going. We were going off. Then he started telling me about like these smart plugs he's got around his house. That's what gave me the idea for the lights. This motherfucker's got smart plugs attached to all of his lights in his house now. And I'm sitting there going like, what generation are we at now where you have to grab your phone instead of just hitting a fucking light switch? Do you have smart plugs in your house?
I do. I have one, and I don't have it plugged up yet. We got another Amazon Alexa to put in the basement because my kids are always down here and they can't hear us or they just ignore the fuck out of us. So we got another Alexa to use as like an intercom, right? The Alexa came with a smart plug like $3 later. So my daughter has these lights kind of like you got back there in her room over her bed that are constantly lit up. And what we're going to do is put those on a smart plug so we can turn them on and off, because the plug is actually behind her bed and it's hard to get to. So we're going to do the smart plug thing with that. I'll see how I like it. And then we probably will go that route where we can walk in and be like, Alexa, turn on the kitchen lights. I mean, it's we're lazy. Like that's the route we're going. That's why fucking Amazon stock is worth $3,200 today, because motherfuckers don't like leaving their house anymore. Nobody wants to. Tech does scare me, Kristen. It does. Have you ever seen iRobot? No, Jay, you probably haven't.
I have seen iRobot. That was a great movie. I got sad. That was
That's
a sad
why tech
movie.
scares me. Why?
Oh, Sheena says she's got a care package coming from Rucker. Look at the love you get and the love that I don't get from Sheena.
No, I have a care package coming from her. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn, girl.
If she sends me her underwear in a care package, I'm gonna be so divorced. So I hope that's not what it is.
Dude, I got party lights on today. This is the celebration episode, baby. I'm drinking hard tonight. I'm gonna get blackout drunk. We're gonna do it.
I got a question for you though. You were drinking Maker's Mark last episode, and you claim you didn't like it.
No.
What was not to like about Maker's Mark?
Honestly, I like the taste of it. This is how much I went through on that episode. I like it taste wise. I just didn't like the drunk that I got from it. It was very. It made me think. It made me a little bit of an introvert more than I usually am, and it was like a sloppy drunk where I just wanted to kind of hold a pillow and go to bed. But then we were on here, and I wasn't myself. So I'm back in the rum, baby.
You were very sensitive the other night. Chaos Theory says Rocker got a present this morning. I did. That song was fantastic, by the way. Yeah, I was listening back, and you were very self-critical. I don't know what was going on with you that night, but it was fun. I thought the last part of it, if you didn't, most of these people were in here though.
Yeah.
But if you didn't hear the last show, I would say go listen to it on audio or on here. Like the last 40 minutes or so when we started talking about religion and stuff like that. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
It was a little deeper than what we normally do.
Mm-hmm. It did. It was. It got serious, and you know what? That's where I kind of want this shit to go anyways. You know, we're here for a good time. We're here for that bar chat. We're here to fucking make jokes and ribs, but every so often we got to get serious, man. Come on. It's got to be done.
Jay's flat rate starting at 17 to ship to Canada. It has to be worth it. It's true. It sucks shipping shit to Canada. Like I have to send something to Des. Like I'm getting it all together. I've already sent something to I've sent something to Canada a couple times. The shipping is incredible. So Doug Halliday, who was in here last chat, who lives in Newfoundland, he wanted a Macho Man figure that I'd seen in stores, and I'm like, dude, you really want me to send you? Like, do you know how much shipping is to get there? He's like, don't worry about it. I got you. It was like $40 to send an action figure to fucking Newfoundland, but that is a iceberg. So, but still, the shipping to Canada is incredible.
If Sheena says it's $17 to ship to Canada, that is fucking nothing. Newfoundland is fucking far. That is a far place to ship. It's literally an island. So I get why that was so expensive. But to ship something like when I shipped Brian H. Waters, you know who Brian H. Waters is on Twitter? Yeah. He won our giveaway for the Talking Mania t-shirt, and I think it cost me $32 to UPS that shirt. $32.
Cost you how much?
$32.
That's more than the shirt.
Way more than the shirt. Shirt cost me $11.
Wow, that's
it's expensive. So Rucker, I did something today that might make you proud of me.
Let's talk about it.
I watched Coming to America.
My man.
Yeah.
First off, how'd you like it?
Well, listen, I thoroughly
enjoyed it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you enjoy it?
You know, the thing about the movie, it surprised me because I wasn't expecting that storyline to be that storyline. This is my jam. I love me some rom-coms. And that's basically what it was. It was a romantic comedy at the end of the day. It was a lot more serious than I had thought going into it. What was really cool was all the actors that were in it. Louis Anderson was in there, and then Eric LaSalle, who was the doctor on ER. I used to love ER growing up. And I was like, this fucker, I'm watching him with this fucking afro Jerry curl thing going on.
Jerry curl?
Yeah. And I'm like, I know this guy. I know it. And I looked him up, and I'm like, Eric LaSalle. I know that name, and I couldn't put a face to it. And it wasn't until the end, when the dad opens the door and tells him, get the fuck out of here, because he found out the other dude was a prince, that I was like, that's the guy from fucking ER, man.
One of my favorite things to do, and with you not seeing some of these movies that I'm going to have you watch, it's going to be fun for you to do, is when I'm watching something and I notice somebody, I like to try to figure out what they're from without using Wikipedia.
Oh, I like it too.
So I was watching The Mandalorian a couple weeks ago, and there's this redhead chick on there, and I'm like, what do I? So the whole episode, I'm trying to think, and I'm telling my wife, I'm like, I swear she's from like 24 or something like that. And so of course my wife gets on Wikipedia. She's like, yep, she's from 24, and you feel like vindicated, like fucking right. Like, yeah, my memory's the shit. So for you to go back and watch a movie from the late 80s and see all these people younger before,
exactly.
Samuel Jackson robbing the fucking McDowell's or whatever.
Dude, it was good.
Wise for you to put the weapon down.
I
Chaos Theory says our little boy is becoming a cultured man finally.
It's about time, right? So I started off, it was on Netflix, which is great because I thought I was going to have to go and get it illegally, but it's on Netflix. And I did a little bit of work this morning. I got up, I answered my emails. I go downstairs. I'm like, babe, I'm going to put on this movie. I'm just going to throw it on. And the kids were there. It was pretty PG, I'm not going to lie, other than the swearing. But the beginning started, and they're like in Africa. And I was like, holy shit, like the lighting was really poor. The quality was really poor. And I'm like, okay, this movie's like super old. It looks like it all changed once they came to America. I understand that they were doing that to make it look that way. But the scene where they're in the bath and the chick comes out of the water and she's like, your royal penis is clean.
Penis is clean, Your Highness.
Dude, my kids did like a full 180. My son did a full 180 and looked at me and he's just got this big grin on his face. And I paused it immediately because I'm like, okay, it's that kind of movie. Maybe I can't watch it with them. And he comes over and he's like, I heard that. And I'm like, yeah, did you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what did he say? And he was too embarrassed to say it. Like, my kid's 5, so he's starting to realize, like, you know, he told my wife the other day, because, you know, when your kids are young, you can kind of be, you know, naked in front of them or take a bath with them, all those kind of things. He told my wife the other day, like, hey, it's uncomfortable when you have your shirt off. At 5, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So he was, like, embarrassed to tell me back what he heard. So he came over and he whispered in my ears, he's like, your royal penis is clean. And then he just died like giggling on the fucking couch, man. It was a moment. And then I watched the rest of the movie, dude, and it was like, it was a feel-good movie. And I didn't know, I wasn't prepared that Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy were going to be all those other characters. Like the Reverend, dude, Arsenio Hall as a Reverend, I was fucking dying. Like, it was really well done.
That's all Eddie Murphy did back then.
That's true.
In all his movies was play different parts, and him and Arsenio Hall were real cool. Like they're in, like, I'll get you to watch Harlem Nights eventually. Harlem Nights is not a PG feel good rom-com. Harlem Nights is like, it's some good shit. But you got to watch Life now. But I'm proud of you, sir.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at you.
I would have watched Life right after, but it wasn't on Netflix. I didn't feel like doing the dive. But that's next on my slot. So I'm going to text you. I'll be like, okay, what do I watch? And like, it's hard for me to sit down and watch a movie when the kids are home. It's a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah. JJVS84. Thanks you for the subscription.
Another primed out of your mind sub. Thank you, Josh. Much appreciated, buddy. That's fucking awesome, guys. The support it's fucking nice, man. Really, thank you very much, guys.
It is. I'm not used to it. Like, what the fuck are we doing where people want to come here and do this?
It's one thing to tune in and listen. It's another thing to donate or to sub. Even if it is an Amazon thing that's free, it's still like an effort. It's a button you got to click. It's not lost on us, guys. It's not lost. It is unusual though.
MTL Twisted said it's all about Dave Chappelle and Charlie Murphy stories. So I love the Chappelle show and the Charlie Murphy Hollywood stories. But my favorite, have you seen the Chappelle show?
Yeah, I've seen like the early stuff. Like I've seen when he was like the black KKK leader. I've seen when he was Rick James. I've seen when he was like the crackhead homeless dude. I've seen all those.
Sheena said she had to pay, so we got to be nice to her.
Yeah. Okay, Sheena, you got to get some extra stuff. There's some dick pics coming in the mail. Don't worry about it.
Pick. It's yours. I don't do that kind of thing.
I'm joking. My wife's in the chat.
I'm a homely Christian man, as we learned last episode.
A softly spoken young preacher.
My favorite Chappelle show skit was The Mad Real World. And if you haven't seen this, I suggest you go back to YouTube and look for it. It's where Chappelle's like, I hate the real world because they always put one black dude around all these crazy ass white people, and then the black dude goes crazy and everybody gets mad. So they take a little dorky white dude and put him in a house full of crazy ass black people.
This sounds familiar.
And my God, so fucking funny. So funny. The Mad Real World. I'm gonna have to watch that shit now.
It's funny that you mentioned that though, because it's so true. I'm a huge fan of Big Brother, and this season,
yes, the nigger fam, the nigger. Oh. I don't want us to get it. I don't want us to get kicked off Twitch. So let me enunciate the nigger family.
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
But no, there was a girl on Big Brother this season. She'd been on 2 prior seasons, and she was talking about that concept that on all these reality shows, there's like one black person on it, and if they ever end up getting mad, all the white people in the house fucking flip on them and say like, oh, it's typical, you know. And so she went the whole season. Anyways, long story short, she ended up winning like player of the season from the fans, so it was nice.
Spider XL, my man.
What the hell? Spider XL, JJ Versus, you've subbed twice.
Sheena says, Charlie Murphy.
Jesus.
You can only say Charlie Murphy in that voice. You can't say his name regularly.
I've never seen the Charlie Murphy stuff. What's that?
What did the hand say to the face? Slap. And then he slaps the shit out of him.
I remember just
Spider
getting
XL, that's your brother-in-law, right?
No, Spider XL is Josh, and so is JJ Versus. So he's that a tier 1. That's a paid sub. That's like what Sheena did.
Oh, so he's 2 people.
He's one dude. One dude, 2 accounts. This guy's the best.
But he's got a personality big enough for 2 accounts. My man.
Yo, this
Cocaine's
guy's
a hell of a drug.
I know cocaine's a hell of a drug. Spider X1 is huge. He's like 6'4", 6'5".
He looks tall on the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Is that like? Does that make sense? Like he's laying there and he's got the phone down here in like the grandma position.
Yeah.
And he just looks tall as fuck. Is his wife tall too? Because she looks like almost about the same height as him.
No, she's not as tall as him. But like me and him have been friends. Are really 6'4" says Pony. Pony Powers is his wife. Me and him have been friends for a long time, and like it's always been this like. I've kind of been able to run my mouth at bars because I'm friends with this dude. If you catch what I'm saying.
5'6" is tall for a woman.
Yeah. For a woman.
5'6" to 5'10". Yeah. 5'6", 5'10". That's a big woman.
All right, Rucker, it's time for another fake break, man. I'm keeping my eye on the clock tonight.
All right, I'll remember this time that I'm the one coming back in.
So should I be the one going out? You're the one coming back in?
Yes.
Hashtag no
it's
homo?
Like
okay, we're good to go.
It's like we're running a train on a break.
That's right. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. 80 Proof, episode 7?
Six. Well, it's six shots.
7.
Shots, one. Tattoo China doll. I don't like this.
5'9"? Sheena's
Damn.
5'9"? Wow.
She's a huge bitch. No, that's pretty tall, 5'9".
I'm not calling her a bitch either. That's from Beverly Hills Cop when Eddie Murphy sees Bridget Nielsen the first time and she walks away. He goes, man, that's a big bitch. You ever seen Beverly Hills Cop?
No.
No?
Is that the one with Mel Gibson? That's Lethal Weapon.
Jesus
Beverly Hills
Christ.
Cop is who's the actor in that?
Eddie Murphy. I just told you that. Eddie Murphy's the cop. He's from Detroit. He has to go to Beverly Hills to solve a crime. And there's like 3 or 4 of them. There's Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. I can't remember.
Who's his partner? Is there a partner or is it just him?
It's him with 2 white dudes from Beverly Hills, Judge Reinhold and some fat guy.
Okay, no. I think I've seen. Is that the one where like in the movie or in the VHS cover he's like in the back of an 18-wheeler with the thing open?
What now?
Like
Eddie Murphy in an 18-wheeler?
Like the photo and him in the back of a truck, and he's sitting like against the truck, leaning against it, and the truck door is open, like the back of the truck.
If my memory serves me correctly, he's on the cover like leaning against a convertible, and he's got a gun and like a Detroit Letterman jacket on and some tight ass pants because it was from the 80s. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Look at Irish Whip. This motherfucker. JP, why do I feel like Jay has never heard of Eddie Murphy before this podcast started? Listen, I've heard of Eddie Murphy. I've watched Delirious. I've seen it all. I watched him on SNL. I'm not going to lie.
He's like, I've heard of Eddie Murphy. I watch Shrek all the time with my kids.
He's a donkey.
That's not Eddie Murphy. That's not the Eddie Murphy you need to be talking
Listen,
about. You need to be back.
I've
Coming
seen Delirious.
To America, Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy Raw.
I've seen Raw, where he's wearing the Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah.
I've seen it. You know what? I don't like a lot of his shit though. I didn't like any of the Nutty Professor.
What now?
I didn't like any of the Nutty
Okay.
Professor. I didn't like any of Dr. Doolittle. I found that it was just kind of like it
You're
was like
watching
PG.
the lamest shit though.
Yeah. So you got to send me the good shit. Come on, man. I'm a white boy from the Northeast.
All right.
And-
Well, I don't know the color, the race, religion, or creed of everybody in the chat, but I'm pretty sure most of them are white, and most of them have seen the Eddie Murphy stuff I'm talking about. So don't blame your pigmentation on the fact that you were uncultured fucking swine and didn't watch that shit as a child.
You just call me a pig, boy? Come on, what the fuck? Son of a bitch. What other Eddie Murphy movies do I know? That's pretty much it, man. This is as far as it goes. But
So you've never seen you never seen Harlem Nights. That's
No.
one you got to watch. You've never seen Life. That's one you got to watch.
No.
You've seen Coming to America and you enjoyed it from
loved
what you
it.
said.
It's very good.
Beverly Hills Cop is one you should watch. If you want to watch another one, 48 Hours is like a Lethal Weapon almost movie with him and Nick Nolte. That's a good one. But
I like
again,
Nick.
old in the 80s. Vampire in Brooklyn is fucking hilarious.
I think I've seen that.
I thought that one was one of his more underrated funny ones, but Vampire in Brooklyn I enjoyed a lot. And then again, the fun thing with these are if you do watch them, you know, I'm not telling you to watch all of them, but if you do, you get to go back and see all of these actors and actresses that you may recognize at such a younger age. So
Mhm.
that's a cool game to play there too. But I'm not going to tell you to watch any bullshit. So
Okay.
I'm going to have you watch some good shit.
No, I trust you,
But
man.
Coming to America was a good start. So I'm glad you liked it.
I like the comedies, but I do really want to see like I remember, I think it's called, would it be called South Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked those ones like where it was like more serious and like about killing people and shit and like gang related stuff. I like that too.
Boys in the Hood's one.
Yeah, Boys in the Hoods.
You
I've
haven't
seen.
seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. Menace to Society.
I've seen the Don't Be a Menace to Society.
No, you've seen Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That's all.
That's it.
That's all of the movies that you're talking about
Right.
wrapped up into one as a parody.
Yeah, where the guy's smoking the
Juice-
weed with the vacuum. Yeah.
Yeah, Juice is one. That's with Tupac and Omar Epps.
Yeah, never
while
seen
they
it. I
were
wanna see that.
Poetic Justice is Tupac and Janet Jackson and Kim Waynes, and these are some older movies.
Look at MTL Twisted with Mulan. I've never seen Mulan either. This fucker is like, we're going to bed, we're trashed, and he's like, he throws on Mulan. He's like, you never seen this? I'm like, no. He's like, dude, you got to see this movie. I'm like, I want to watch a cartoon, man.
And then he left you and went to tomorrow.
He did. He's a fast sleeper too. Runs in their goddamn family. Nutty Professor sucked, Jeff. That movie sucked.
It was all right. I'm not gonna say it sucked. I thought it was funny. It wasn't my favorite Eddie Murphy movie. But then again, sometimes I'll be sitting around and I'll think about like the dinner table scenes and shit like that and just laugh my ass off. So Nutty Professor had its moments. Poetic Justice was fantastic, Kristen. You're right. I'm not a Tupac fan at all.
You don't like his music?
As far as I don't like Tupac at all. I think Tupac is the most overrated fucking musician in the history of the world. And I think if he was still alive, he wouldn't be nearly as regarded as he is because he got killed. So
I like it. I just always liked his flow and his voice.
And to tie that into the talk we talked about last time, if you ever want to get some shit started, go into a black barbershop and tell them you don't like Tupac. And well, no, you don't do that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Saying people like me do that, and it starts a big argument. It's always fun, and I'm more of a Big fan than Tupac. But yeah, I've always thought Tupac was really, really overrated, and people hate me for that.
What's the Biggie song? It played in a movie. It's one of his huge hits. There was a movie about a baseball team. It was like an inner city baseball team, and the pitcher always listened to the Biggie song with his headphones on. Do you know what I'm saying?
It was a movie?
Yeah, there was a movie about a kid's baseball team. And there was like one of the players on the team that was super quiet and couldn't play unless he had his headphones on listening to this specific Biggie song. Name like, not like I obviously know Biggie, 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 can't you see? Like Hypnotize. I know that song.
They're saying Juicy in the chat. Irish Whip said Juicy. Is it Juicy?
I don't think it's Juicy. Is that a baseball movie?
No, Juicy's the name of the song.
Oh, no. What was it? It was like one of the... No, it was a really good one, dude. No, it's not Juicy. Oh, yeah. I love it when you call me Big Papa.
That's the song? You couldn't think of the name of Big Papa?
I couldn't think of the name, dude.
It's literally Big Papa. Chaos Theory says Rakim and KRS-One were better than both of them. Kristen would love that because her name is KRS-One 0613.
I only know one KRS-One song. Step Into This World.
I know Nelly talks shit about him. Bad News Bears is the movie you're talking about.
Is it? No, it's not. No, it's definitely not that. Bad
10
News
Crack
Bears.
Commandments. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, the song was literally called Big Papa, and he couldn't think of the name. This is why I love this podcast. I feel so dumb with the technical stuff, but then we get on here and start talking, and you make me feel like so cultured and
well, you're worldly, Chris. You're more worldly than I am.
Yeah, been around the world and
You know what I do? This is what I do all day.
Oh, I get it. It's Kristen. KRS-10. Kristen, like her name. Holy shit, mind blown.
613. What are you? You from? Are you Canadian, Kristen?
613. That's probably her area code.
Yeah, but area code 613 is from Ottawa, Ontario.
Well, she lives in Massachusetts because there's no M.
Oh, June 13th, my birthday. It's your birthday, girl. Yo, Rucker, put your hands up.
Want to see something? Kristen, how old are you going to be on your birthday?
Uh-oh.
Tell the truth.
Uh-oh.
Where my hands up.
So we talked about this the other day. You don't wear a wedding ring.
I do not.
You got a tattoo of a wedding ring. What's your tattoo say over there? I see an R.
Got an R.
That's it?
R, yes. Yep.
So you're married to yourself or what? What's the deal?
It's my last name.
Yeah, but what about your wife?
Family.
What's your wife's last name?
Rucker.
Yeah, we can't do that in Quebec.
Can't do what?
My wife can't take my name. Yeah.
What now?
Yeah, man. Can you believe it? My wife keeps her maiden name.
mean, I don't give a fuck, but I've never known that. That's different.
It's a in the rest of Canada you can, but here in Quebec it's like it's Hardball. I'm talking about Hardball. Princess Nino. I'm talking about Hardball. Keanu Reeves is in that movie. That's the movie Hardball.
You got a fucking man crush for Keanu Reeves like a motherfucker.
Me?
Like
What?
your
Oh,
guy,
Speed. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you like Keanu. Every time somebody says Keanu Reeves, I think your dick moves a little bit.
Never seen The Matrix. Yeah. Matrix sucked. I watched like a couple minutes. I was like, it's shit. I've never seen John Wick either. It's garbage movies. Garbage movies.
John Wick is fantastic. You watch him out. The Matrix, overrated. The Matrix is like the Tupac of movies.
Why do I want to see action movies, man? Action movies are so fucking stupid. But getting back to the wedding ring thing, yeah, my wife can't take my name because in Quebec, let's say for example, they want to preserve the language. That's their whole thing. They always want to preserve the French. They don't want to be assimilated. So let's say for example, my wife was a French woman and she married me with an English back name or an ethnic last name. My wife. They don't want her to lose the French name, so they don't allow you to do it. You can hyphenate it, but my last name is long and her last name is long, and both start with P. So we don't want our kids to have their initials as something PP. So it wouldn't work. But you had mentioned me. You said, "How the fuck do you wear a wedding ring? What's the big deal? Like, why can't you wear a wedding ring? Why did you told me it was like I'm stuck in the past. I'm an old man because I do it."
Well, I used to, I've told you before that I used to weld, right? Mm-hmm. And during welding, there's a lot of electricity involved. Now, obviously you wear gloves, but there's still accidents where people lose their fingers, they get shocked, they could blow their finger off by using the wedding ring. So what happened is I used to work a lot when I was a welder, like 60 plus hours a week. And I'd have to take my wedding ring off on Monday morning. So Friday evening, I would forget to put it back on. And my wife was always like, "Why you don't have your wedding ring on?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just fucking, I didn't put it back on." So eventually I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a tattoo of it. That way I don't ever take it off. And she was like, "Well, I want one too." So she got the infinity symbol on her ring finger. And I got what looks to be an actual ring on mine with an R on it.
Does she still have a ring on her finger though?
Yeah, she better still wear that fucking expensive ass engagement ring I got her.
My wife the other day told me, she's like, we have to upgrade the wedding band.
We did.
Weren't you offended? This is like.
No, I wasn't, because when we got engaged, like I was broke.
Not the engagement ring, Chris.
Sorry ass ring that
Not the engagement ring. There's a wedding band as well. So my wife wears two rings. She has the one that I engaged her with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The engagement ring is nice. The wedding ring, I was like, yo, babe, like, come on. Like,
oh no. The engagement ring was shitty. So on our 10-year anniversary, I got her a better, bigger ring for her engagement ring. The wedding band is just a fucking band. Like, I mean, people can do it up how they wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just a band.
Tell my wife next time you talk, it's a band with diamonds in it. It's nice enough. It's symbolic, man.
God damn it,
I'm reading the same thing, bro. Jesus Christ. Tattoo, China. Tell me how you really feel. Jesus.
My God. I love that. We had a bit of a breakthrough with Karen on the last episode.
Yeah, we did.
Out of nowhere. So the quiff has changed to take out the poor what?
The QLF has changed. The QLF is okay. So, well, hold on. First of all, for the people that are listening to this on audio, Tattoo China Doll says, "I don't wear a ring because I hate my husband." So if you go back, I don't know if we talked about everything that she wrote last time, but what MTL Twisted is saying is that QLF, there is actually in Quebec something known as the language police. There is an entity of the government that will go around to businesses and make sure that the spelling of English words are always half the size of the French words and always put on the bottom. You're not allowed to have any English in your workplace. It's against the law. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
Getting back to the wedding ring, let me ask you something. Have you, since you've been married, do you always wear your wedding ring? Like, you rarely ever take it off, if ever?
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm going out with the boys, I'll usually put it in my pocket, but that's about it.
All right,
I'm joking.
Okay. But see, here's the thing. Like when my wife used to complain about me not wearing my ring, especially like if I was to go out. The funny thing is, I found that you get way more attention from women when you do have a wedding ring on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get more attention. I get more of the like I don't have a lot of single friends, but if I do and they end up kind of like, chit-chatting people up at the bar, I think what it is that guys with a wedding ring on become like this safe person to talk to. So they you end up kind of just, you're immediately friend zoned, so you're safer for that.
I didn't get the friend zone vibe. I was getting the
I get the friend zone.
Well, it was. I think it's because, as you know, you're married, right? Clearly.
Yeah. No, I am. Yeah,
I'm married as well, so I'm not trying when I go. I think that's what it is. I think the fact that single guys are like trying to get their shit done that night, and guys like us are just like, bitch, whatever.
Yo, we're just trying to get drunk, dude.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play pool, hang out with my boys, and ain't nobody got time for that shit. And they're like, what? Yeah, I got bronchitis. Fuck out of here.
I mean, it is fun. I'm not going to lie. It is always fun when your boys, end up, chit-chatting with another table of chicks. It is always fun. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, as a married man, that if I do end up talking to a group of girls at a bar, that it's not, I'm not going to say an ego boost, but there's a certain type of fun in it. And my wife is in the chat. Chaos says, God damn, the ball's on Jay with his wife in the chat. No, me and my wife have talked about this. It ain't no big deal because at the end of the day, like, especially if she's with me and we're out with my single friends, dude, it is a fucking blast. Like, my wife is a good wingman.
For you or them?
For them. I don't swing, man.
I was about to say,
there ain't no pineapples here, man.
Y'all been buying pineapples at the store? Is that what we're talking about?
No.
He says no, but he shakes his head. Yeah, did y'all see that? He's like, nah.
No pineapples at this house. No.
We don't swing at all.
None.
I can't even
Nothing.
wink.
No, I don't got swings, man. No. You can't wink? Can you not wink?
I was joking.
Okay.
Yeah, I can wink, motherfucker. You didn't just see the twitch?
No, I wasn't looking. I'm surprised your eyes are open. Tell you the truth.
I am too, especially between my normal eye posture and the fact that I'm half asleep. Yeah, diced pineapples.
I love how every stream we have, Rucker's camera gets lower and lower and lower to keep those eyes more open and open and open.
Hey man, I just don't want people to think that, like, to tune in and think this motherfucker's asleep. Why would I stay on this channel? Like, I want people to be, and I have gorgeous eyes, so I want people to be able to see them.
What color are your eyes? You got hazel eyes up in that motherfucker?
Yeah, buddy. Hazel, the color of evil.
Hazel, the color of evil. Wait, hold on. Anonymous. Wait, somebody donated. Somebody donated something.
Donate what?
We just got a donation. See, this is what sucks. My stream thing ain't working. Hold on. Okay, you got an emote thanks to the Irish Whip subscription. Not sure what that means.
Thank you, boys.
Anonymous just donated $25 to the stream.
Who is Anonymous?
I don't know.
The fucking people that are trying to hack Donald Trump shit all the time? I love those guys, by the way. I love Anonymous.
Whoa, dude. Your internet connection just got super weird. And you just said that so fucking fast. You sounded like a drunk, like, Valley girl.
I don't think it was the internet.
That was you?
I think it's the fact that I'm at the bottom of the fucking cup right here.
Dude, it was like, we just got anonymous? So who's anonymous? We just got anonymous. And the worst part is that I'm going to be pulling this audio because we got Tata coming in. It is 10 o'clock, so check your inboxes, eh? You're taking care of her, right? As far as that goes?
No. She's gonna text me when she's ready, and then we will go to break. She's wrapping up for her Sirius XM stuff. So
awesome. Well, listen.
We'll keep going with this. And,
whoever
break beforehand.
Whoever is anonymous, I see anonymous-25. I'm thinking that's a $25 donation. So if that is in fact the case, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Don't make yourself anonymous. Really don't, because we'll hook you up with some shit. I don't know how to set it up all in Twitch yet, but anybody who drops donos, we're gonna be hooking you up with some merch and some stuff like that once we get all that rolling.
We got to get merch, by the way. I know this is a conversation we need to be having off Twitch, but we need to get this ball rolling, homeboy.
Well, you want to hear something cool? The pony fucker, what's her name? Tina, Pony Princess or Pony Power. She called me. And I think it's the first time I've ever talked to Tina on the phone. She called me. I don't know about you, but when you get a phone call from somebody, like my anxiety levels go, like they skyrocket because I'm like, okay, one, they're calling me because somebody died, or two, they want to have a phone conversation. And phone conversations for people that have anxiety issues is the worst fucking thing in the world.
I'm an old guy, so I don't mind the phone conversation. It depends on who it is also and what they want. Like some people, I look at the phone when it rings and I'm like, they want something. And then some people, I'm like, oh, haven't heard from them in a while. Hello, what up?
Dude.
But then some people, I'm like, yeah, decline.
We've had phone conversations, right? And even when you call me, I'm sure you can say that it's probably a weirder conversation with me. I could talk to you face to face all the time. My buddy Chaos Theory texted me the other day. He goes, "You got time to talk?" And I'd rather go on Skype because I'm more comfortable on Skype than I am on a phone.
I'd rather talk on the phone than do FaceTime or Skype.
No way, dude. I could see your face. It's not as awkward. The pauses of no talk is not as awkward because you can see that I'm doing something, you know?
I mean, you don't have to like know what the motherfucker's doing the entire time. And you, yeah, okay, never mind. My bad.
But I got a point to make. Can I make my point?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I just didn't want. If you had something, I wanted to give it to you.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to step all over your toes there, Mr. Point Maker.
No, fuck you. We've talked about this off air. How that we've both agreed that interrupting each other is something that is important to this podcast. Because if he's got an idea based on something I said, he's got to bring it out before he forgets, and vice versa. So we both agreed with that. So I have a point that I want to make before I forget it. The Pony Power phone call when she called, getting all the way back to the merch. She said, first of all, I'm not throwing her under the bus here. She goes, listen, I want to talk to you about the after dark Zoom calls because she doesn't know everybody. And she just wanted to know how I knew them all, right? And I gave her the whole spiel of how I've met all of your friends from Covino and Rich. Now they're just as much my friends. Long story short, she was like, okay, because I'm always super high when I'm watching your guys' show and then I'm high in the Zoom. But she didn't say that. She goes, I'm always high as giraffe pussy. So she dropped it, dude. She dropped, like, people are using something that you said on this podcast, and it made my heart warm. So then I started thinking, I said, you know what, if we ever do get merch, we do need to come up with a high as giraffe pussy shirt. Now, obviously, we can't have that. No one's going to buy it. No one's going to write that. But if we come up with a way where there's a giraffe,
creatively,
a giraffe on it, an arrow, and like something, I think we can come up with it pretty clever. So if anybody's got ideas in the chat, let us know. But it made me very happy.
It's again, I've said it before. I heard Steve Austin say that on his podcast like once or twice, and it made me laugh so hard when once I got it. And then kind of like your wife last week, she's like, she gets on here and she's like, I was thinking about it the other day, and it hit me. High as giraffe pussy. So I love it. Yeah, that's hilarious.
So
hilarious.
We're gonna take another fake break because we're at that time. Tatiana, has she sent you a message yet?
No. Why don't we just keep going, and then when she does, because we're right at the time where actually she's trying to get on.
So we are gonna take that break. We're gonna take a real break, guys. We're gonna pull her into the talk. When we come back, we're gonna be here with Sirius Satellite Alt Nation Tatiana Miranda. Give us like a minute or two to set up, and we'll be back after this.
It's the crew of the year that y'all loving to hate. If you fucking with the team, you catch a boot to the face. Rebound from the boot, I hit the Irish whip. Don't be mad cause we know your podcast ain't shit. Stop hating, motherfucker, you know he the man. RJ gon' hit you with that ringside rant. And them two hard hitters reppin' Montreal. Godfathers of the crew, making sure we ball. If you still wanna hate, it's no saving ya. You might get beat down on Talkamania. Listen to the whole team, the cross body of work. It'll make you realize that you should have been first. And me, I cause chaos everywhere that I go. 80 proof and no less got me ready to throw. Don't step to the mic unless you want that smoke. FPC, the whole team is like a knife to your throat. Yeah.
Welcome back. 80 Proof Podcast or Twitch or whatever you want to call it. J-Bomb up in your right-hand corner. I'm Rucker, and we are joined by, I like to call her Tata, but her real name's Tatiana. We're joined by Tata. That's a lot of fun. So how's it going, Tata?
Good. How you guys doing? Happy Friday, man.
So you told me while we were talking about this that you had some drinks that you were excited to tell us about.
Well, here's the thing. You know I can't just come with like whiskey or whatever. But I will show you my options because I dug for the whiskey just for you. And this is what I came up with. One of these of peanut butter whiskey. It's called Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey, and I'm pretty sure this came from me drinking at the movies with my friend once.
I don't think that's going to be enough for this show, though. I don't think that's going to be enough for this show.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't drink whiskey at all. And then my only other whiskey is Fireball. I think there's like a shot left, and it's not even in a glass bottle. This is a plastic bottle. That is my extent of the whiskey in my house.
So the peanut butter whiskey sounds fantastic. Those are two of my favorite things in the world, peanut butter and
Really?
whiskey.
You think I should try that?
Yeah, I would love for you to try that one and let me know how it is, because I've heard of other people drinking peanut butter whiskey and I've never actually went out and looked for it. But if you like it and you tell me that it's good, I'll go out tomorrow when I'm out buying a new tire. We talked about that earlier.
Oh, flat tire?
Tata, my tire just blew up on my way home today.
That's
and
dangerous.
Tell me about it. I just got new tires.
Oh,
some bitch sounded like I ran over a reindeer.
Poor thing. Can I show you that I'm gonna drink my whiskey in a goblet? I got a goblet, you guys. Sorry.
Oh, that's like a pimp cup.
I got a pimp cup. I prefer goblet like Harry Potter, but I have a green goblet that I'm gonna be drinking this whiskey out of. It could probably use a chaser. Don't know. We're gonna find out. You guys, I'm
not peanut butter whiskey.
I don't drink anymore.
Tata, we have a chat going on Twitch.
I couldn't get it going.
Some of the people you may recognize, like I've been calling her KRS 1063, but apparently KRS 10 is Kristen Nielsen.
Kristen, I love you.
I just used her government name on here. Sheena's in here.
Oh, Sheena, hi.
How do all you people know each other?
It's the whole Convino and Rich thing.
Yeah, we all became pallies.
It's like a fucking cult.
It really is. But we're like the least culty ones. We formed like a side cult.
All right, so Tata, you go ahead and take that, and then me and Jay will talk about
it smells
the reason we got you on here is a lot of fun, and I'm excited about this.
I'm glad you are.
First of all, introduce her. Where's she from? I mean, come on, plug her shit, man. Let's go.
I thought I did. Did I not do all that? So Tata is on Sirius XM Alt Nation. She does not like the peanut butter whiskey. Look at that face.
Peanut butter whiskey sounds like trash. I'm not gonna lie.
Get the fuck out of here,
dude. Peanut butter and booze.
Listen, I wasn't expecting a lot to begin with because I don't like whiskey, but I think I'd prefer the Fireball. And I had Fireball is I smell it and I yak, so I think I'd prefer the Fireball. Anyway.
Fireball is the white girl wasted drink of.
I know. You know, when I was in my early 20s, my best friend
and I. What was that? 2 years ago?
I wish. My best friend and I would go to like our dive bar that we like to go to, and if I looked away for 2 seconds, she would have fireball shots waiting for us when I turned around, and it never ended well.
So we have questions in the chat, Tata.
Okay,
Does
hear
the
me.
peanut butter whiskey taste like peanut butter at all?
Has a slight peanut butter aftertaste, and it smells like peanut butter, but like just drinking it, it's just. Whoa.
Honey Jack Daniels and sweet tea is the drink that hillbillies drink out here. I am actually drinking regular Jack Daniels and Diet Gold Peaks tea, which is fantastic. So Pony Power, we're kind of on the same level.
I know
Chaos.
you've been trying to tell me to drink like Jack and ginger ale. Just never
Jack
happens.
and Diet Ginger Ale is my shit. Like, that is so good. Or Crown and Diet Ginger Ale. I try to do the diet thing so I'm not just like pumping sugar and carbs in my body as I'm destroying my liver.
Really, because diet versions of any soda have a good track record.
Don't judge me.
Yeah, but diet and like Coke, like Diet Coke and Coke Zero. Does Coke Zero have aspartame in it as well?
Yes, they all have aspartame.
Do they?
In them. They're all like cancer creations.
Yeah, but I think you need to drink like 100,000 bottles of this shit a day for the aspartame levels to either affect your body.
I tell you what, we talked about this before. I don't know about you, Tata, but we've talked about this. I've been drinking a lot since the quarantine started. so let's do this right. You told me to plug her shit. It's Tatiana from Sirius XM's Alt Nation on weekends from
11 a.m.
4.
Is that Pacific or Canadian time?
That is Pacific or Canadian. It's Eastern time. So 8 a.m.
Eastern Standard
Pacific.
Time. Okay. So 11 to 2 on the weekends, you can hear her on Alt Nation. And then like random times during the week, she'll be like, hey, I'm on the radio.
Yeah, sometimes, I fill in for other people. Someone's on vacation. They'll pop me in just as needed, which is always fun.
God.
I love doing it.
Where are you calling in from tonight?
Tata,
I'm in LA.
all right, you really need to get on Twitch because there's shit going on in the chat. Like, so Karen from the Cabino and Rich stuff.
I love Karen.
I do too. Karen's fantastic. But the last like 2
worried,
episodes, the last 2 episodes, she's just been like going ham on how much she does not like her husband. And it's just so random.
Is he an asshole?
I think so.
I'm gonna. All right, so I haven't read.
Like, is there a reason? I support Karen.
I haven't read through this entire message, but I'm gonna read it now. We can talk about how my husband got drunk on Fireball, puked in my truck, then tried to drown himself in the tub while belligerent, and he lost his phone on the side of the road, which I found. We can talk about that on a Zoom and how much I hate him. I would rather not talk about that on Zoom, Karen. I would rather we keep it happy on Zoom. and we do these after show Zooms, Tata, where everybody that's in here like is invited, and it's usually a good time. It's a lot of fun. But
like that.
We got you here because one, have you been drinking more during quarantine?
No, I would say that I was actually drinking less because I'm not going out, because I don't drink at home. I drink when I go to a concert or out to dinner with my friends. I don't drink at home. So, like at most I would go through like a case of White Claw. It would take me like 2 weeks to go through 6 White Claws or something like that.
Come on.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah.
I wish.
Well, I was
wish
also
that
trying to
me.
lose weight, pal.
How are you so fulfilled with the rest of your life to not have to fill it with booze and alcohol and drugs?
Mainly vanity. My brother was getting married earlier this year and I needed to look cute in the pictures. So I was like, no alcohol. I dropped a bunch of weight.
Just
so it
drink
all
white
worked out. But
tequila. There's like no carbs in that.
no, I don't like tequila. I'm a vodka person, but I also I don't like making my own drinks. Like I can't drink vodka straight. Like I'm lazy. That's how we've gotten through it. I'm lazy.
I tell you what.
Lazy or bougie?
I tell
you don't
what.
like to make your own drinks.
I don't like to make my own drinks. Mainly because I'm lazy.
Bartenders are going to be so out of business when this shit is over with because they don't make drinks the way I do. Like when I make it, I poured 2 drinks the other night when we were doing this show and half of the bottle was gone. 2 drinks.
Yeah. I figure it's about
That's
half.
not how they.
What do you guys call this in the States? What size bottle is this in the States? It is a 750 milliliters.
750 milliliter. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is here too.
It's usually about half of this per episode and a couple beers.
Per episode? No, I would be shit-faced. Like,
Okay,
blackout.
don't judge us, Tata. Don't.
I'm
judge
not
us.
judging. I
That's-
support you. I support you. I'm
no,
just.
don't. No.
I wore my boots to the face hoodie. Leave me alone.
Oh, you did? Dope. That's awesome.
had to pander. No. I'm kidding.
So we were talking a couple episodes ago. I feel like my tolerance level for alcohol has gone so far up that I'm like having to buy another bottle way quicker than I used to, but I'm not getting like shit-faced drunk. I'm just constantly like stressed out and drinking, which is not healthy. So eventually I'm going to drink a lot less, but
I mean, I think that's the case for a lot of people, though. I think we're just like, what else? What the fuck are we going to do?
yeah. And you know how I know I'm right is because Kristen agrees with me and she's always like up my ass about everything. So in the chat, she says,
I see her.
says same. So yeah. Oh, you're in the chat now.
Yeah, I'm in the chat now. I can see it.
Okay. So we're good.
Yeah.
The other thing we wanted to talk about. So both of us, Jay and myself, are married.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it's like out there in quarantine right now as a non-married person.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought this would be fun. You told me the other day that your friend set you up on all these dating apps, or at least one dating app.
Yeah, it was a couple of my buddies. One of them was like, I want to join a dating app, but I'll only do it if you do it with me. And I'm like, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. But we did it anyway. I have not opened the app since they set it up. It's been like over a week.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have no interest in looking at that app. I have nothing against dating apps. Nothing against dating apps. It's just not my vibe. I can't.
So have you dated at all since the quarantine started? Like,
I have never been more
just like-
single in my entire life. And that's the damn truth. There, like, seriously, I've just not dated at all. Because the way I would meet, I don't meet people anymore. You know, my thing was like I was always going to a concert or I was always going to do this or that. And you meet people there, you know, just that was the thing. And I'm like, wow, not doing anything really hinders your dating life. Go figure. I know it's a shock, but no, I haven't dated at all since quarantine. I know a few of my friends have, and a lot of it's been through the dating apps. But again, like the dating apps aren't my vibe. I'm like, okay, well, if I guess I'm taking a forced break from dating, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So it's actually been okay for me. I'm also not like big on like needing to date or like needing to be in a relationship. So I'm kind of like I'm very much like a lone wolf. So it hasn't really affected me other than it's like I'm not meeting new people or I'm not going out on a date or anything like that.
So Karen says in the chat,
Yeah.
how many dick pics do you think you'll get when you open the app?
No.
So
No, should we do over under?
Wait,
dick
hold on.
pics?
Are we going in this raw? Like you've never
we'll let
opened the
chat-
app?
I have not opened it since they created it for me over a week ago.
So the
Now,
profile's
what did
created.
they put on it?
The profile is created. What?
What do you have a picture on there?
Yeah. I have
All right,
a
did
few
they-
pictures. They selected the prompts for me, like the stupid prompts.
What the hell is a
and
prompt?
they filled a
Yeah, I was about to
prompt?
say
Okay.
we're both
Okay, so
married,
when you
Tata. We
join-
don't know we don't know shit about dating.
I forget. So, okay, you join the dating app, and like this one in particular, like you post a picture, and it has a prompt on there, like a caption. It's supposed to like encourage a conversation. Like I would post a picture of myself doing something, and the caption will say,
Drinking peanut butter whiskey.
"This is what a date would drinking peanut butter whiskey," or a date would look like this, and it's like me doing whatever the fuck. Who knows?
So what's your prompt? What did they put in for you?
I don't know. They did it.
Oh,
for
you
me.
don't know.
Oh.
They
Wow.
chose my prompts and the answers based on their knowledge of me. Like I said, I was not interested in doing this. Dating apps, like, again, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not my thing. So I'm just like, yeah, do whatever you want. Also, I would like it to be noted, if anyone I ever know sees me on there, I am going to scream catfish. So y'all better not blow my cover. So
First off, this is fantastic. Did they show you what your profile looks like at all? Like, have
Well,
they
they told me to
showed
pick
you?
they told me to pick the pictures. Like, what pictures do you want on there? And I'm like, okay, just like picked a few off my Instagram, called it a day. And then they went from there.
All right, so the chat wants to know the over under for the dick pic. So we'll let them, before you open it, we'll let the chat
Okay.
decide what they think the over under will be. The other thing that's going on, Tata, that you probably don't notice. So my co-host here, Jay, he gets really people say stuff to him in the chat and he takes it to
Oh.
heart.
Come
So
on.
somebody told him that his light was too bright and he stood up like 7 times while you were talking, changing his lights around. And it's
Listen. You have to understand.
You've got a cool setup going on, though.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? I have my webcam going right now. My webcam, I can't fuck with it. But my cam that streams out to our Twitch channel is like a proper DSLR. So it's all my lighting and everything is set up for that. As soon as you came in, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty drunk and I panicked and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna grab the entire feed from the Zoom call and throw it in. Right?
Oh boy.
So now I'm on my regular webcam, and then of course fucking Karen in the chat, she's like, you're too white to have that much light.
Manager.
That's what she tells me, right? So I'm freaking out over here.
Okay, well, take a breath and take a sip of your whiskey. You're fine.
No, that doesn't work, Tata. Trust me.
You're like,
Sheena had him so like befuddled the last episode. I was almost like wanting to tell her like, leave the guy alone. Like he takes it to heart, and honestly, like all his shit is good. Like people, one person will say something and he'll freak out and change it 75 times, but it looks good.
Like your background looks baller. Like I'm sitting next to like my messy ass bookshelf. Like you're good, dude.
Well, we have the party light going because we hit affiliate tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Twitch, so.
I saw that tweet. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we had to celebrate, right? We're getting extremely drunk. We have our first guest on the podcast, which is something that we always talked about. Sorry. Don't sell yourself short.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you're the first guest, Tata. Congratulations.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah. Fucking right. Drink to that, man, guys.
This was good.
All right. So the over under, some Chaos Theory Pod said over 10, gross. Under 15. Wow, that's a lot of dicks.
Okay, well, hold on. So your profile is set up, so you've already received messages, you're thinking?
Maybe.
Sure.
So you don't know.
They literally created it. Mm-hmm. They're like, bitch, you pick the pictures. I'm like, okay, pick the pictures. They took care of everything else, and then they handed me my phone back, and I never looked at it again.
So you're not even intrigued a little bit.
This is good. This is going to be good.
Why though? Okay, hold on. Before we do this, so it's 2020. You're young. 2020. Why so against the dating app? Isn't it like how
it's just so superficial. It's really superficial. And I'm not someone who like Rucker, we've been on Zooms with our pals. Like I put in zero effort for most things. Revolving my physical appearance. And it's just like, I don't want to pick like I'm not usually self-conscious. And I've noticed that when I have like opened up those apps or downloaded them and like contemplating getting on them, I get really self-conscious. Like, am I posting the right picture? Am I this or that? And like, that's not me. So I just don't like that it becomes so superficial. It's like, I have to look cute to see if some guy is going to swipe right on me. Fuck that. Listen, you get what you get with me. Like I'm not here to sell a daydream, and that's what I hate about the apps. And the guys that are on there, like these prompts that they put on these apps do no one a service because it makes people just sound like douchebags and like fuck boys. It's just, I don't know, it's just superficial. And for me, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me question, like, am I posting the right picture? Do I look cute enough in that picture? Should I do that? Like, and that's just not who I am, and the fact that it makes me feel that way, I'm just like, I'm good. I'll just meet somebody at some point eventually.
You got Pony Power in the chat agreeing with you completely and putting up the little hands that I'm not a emoji person, so there's 2 hands and there's some shit over the top of it. I think she's like, yeah, bitch, I agree with you 100.
Now I don't know why
Um,
she's agreeing with you though, because this is like my boy's wife, and I don't know
I
what
was about to
she's
say,
talking
isn't she
about. Like,
married though? Yeah. Like, what is
how
she
many
doing
times you been on
dating
these apps, girl? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why don't you mind your own business
She's-
and let her live?
Oh no, no.
She's
No
got a
judgment.
She's got an upside down pineapple when
That's
she goes to
it.
the grocery store.
Yeah, she's popping those emotes for sure.
Yeah. Listen, I have friends that go on the apps. I have two friends that I've known for a very long time. They married their Tinder matches, and this was years ago. So, it works for some people. And like, if I meet someone on there, I'm not going to be like anti because, if you
Mhm.
meet someone cool, you meet someone cool, but it's just not my like go-to.
One of my
Yeah.
best friends matched on Tinder with my cousin.
Ooh.
And he was like, hey, I got this date, blah, blah. And he was going on multiple dates with this girl and then never really told me until they were almost like a thing. And then he's like, oh, by the way, that Tinder match that I had is your cousin. And I was like, oh shit. And like, I don't really talk to my cousin. It's kind of like a long story, whatever. But all of a sudden she was part of my life for like 5 years. So Tinder can work. A successful 5-year relationship that
It
ended.
can
but-
totally work. Yeah. I've met people that are still with their, whatever match on whatever dating app. It's just never been my go-to. It's just, I don't know. Also, like, I hate small talk. I'm an introvert. I hate small talk. Like, get the fuck out of here with how's the weather? Or, it just seems
Yeah,
like a
I'm with
lot of
you.
work to, one, not get murdered. 2, find someone that doesn't suck. 3, look cute for a picture. I hate that. I don't take pictures of myself. I
You're
don't
a
like
selfie
being in
type
front of
girl?
the camera. No, I'll post one every once in a while if I'm feeling cute that day. But like, meh.
Kristen
I-
in the chat
me-
says
Mhm.
again. ... From the back, dating apps do not allow dick pic. First off, from the back dating app sounds like it allows way more than dick pics. I don't know what that means, but
What the
What's
hell is
From
From
the
the
Back
Back?
dating
Is there an app called From the Back? Are we that out of like, dude, before I got married, we had one. It was called Plenty of Fish, right?
we had one too before I
Aw.
got married. It was called AOL. Age, sex, location, pick with a
Listen,
question mark.
listen. If
ASL?
I could
Question?
if I could meet someone on AIM today, I would go that route. That sounds like a much better option.
Tatiana, you're
Um,
younger than us. Do you know what ASL means?
Yes, it's age, sex, location.
Yes, exactly.
She
Okay,
read,
that's
that, she read that in she read that shit in history class. That's
Oh,
why.
please.
she's like doing research to get on the show. She's like old internet lingo for dating.
Yeah,
For your
old guy talk.
reference, MySpace was my first social media.
Dude,
and, like,
I was like MySpace. I never got onto it because I was an ICQ guy. Do you know what ICQ is?
No.
Do you know MSN Messenger?
MSN Messenger, yes.
Yeah, okay. This is
I know
before MSN Messenger. This is ICQ. Do you know what that is, Rucker?
It's Canadian.
No, it's not Canadian. Come on, Canada doesn't have internet stuff. We're stuck in the back. ICQ is like that little chime that'll go. Oh, you never heard that before?
No,
I've got the You've Got Mail chime.
Yeah, you've got mail.
You've Got
AOL.
Mail.
Welcome.
That's some old school shit.
Goodbye.
That was real.
my
I thought that
favorite.
was just in the
Goodbye.
movie.
No, that's
No,
real
it
shit.
was
son.
real.
Wow.
Welcome.
that movie,
You've got
though.
mail. If you got the welcome and didn't get the you've got mail, you're fucking losing. Like, first off, you're on the internet way too much to where you've checked all your mail, and secondly, nobody
Right.
wants to talk to you. If it's just like welcome and then you wait and nothing happens, just log off. Like don't even fuck with it. Shadow Crusher 2. Who's Shadow Crusher 2?
I'm
We
seeing
know
I
that.
don't know.
She says she met her husband on Tinder, but also asked him like 1,000 questions before they met, which that's what you have to do. From what I understand, you have to heavily screen people. And I don't want to do it. It sounds terrible.
I've got friends that have totally been catfished, like to the point where, like, you know, they usually starts off with a Tinder match and then they send each other like Instagram logins,
Yeah.
and then they go and check their Instagram. This guy was like really into this girl, for like a couple of weeks, like to the point where he was like he'd go to the liquor store and buy a bottle of wine that she was drinking, like the same bottle of wine, and then take a picture and send it to her. Yeah, very sweet stuff. Send her a bottle, and like they'd have like these like little wine dates and stuff. And her excuse was my camera doesn't work.
Oh,
Like, dude,
honey.
honey, yes, 1,000%. If you look up catfish on the internet, the first thing is if their camera is broken. Meanwhile, she's posting pictures on Instagram daily, but she can't do a FaceTime. Think about that.
Yeah.
So,
See, you guys are really giving me
yeah.
some high hopes to open up this app right now.
You know how we deciphered it?
Should
You know how we
do it?
deciphered it?
How?
We
How did
looked
you do
through
it?
all of the pictures on Instagram and we realized because she said she was from Montreal, but all of her like light switches were all European light switches.
Stop. I
Yeah.
need you guys on like my FBI team.
Oh, I got
That's
you.
hilarious.
I got you, dude. This guy made me make like 100 like alias accounts and like we're sending her messages to see if like the stories lined up, and so she was really, really good at it. She was, and I understand why he did it because she like the profile that she had created was incredibly attractive. And what's funny is that the people in the chat they know who I'm talking about, and they don't even know the story. It's just my buddy.
That's what I'm laughing at. Yeah.
I guess his name is Mike. Poor Mike.
His name is Mike. Yeah, he was the guy who was banging my cousin for 5 years.
Oh well, you know.
This is gonna go over your head, Tata. But Irish Whip Podcast says, "How annoying was it when someone picked up the other phone and kicked you off the internet?" Okay,
Hey, I know about that life.
I only skipped school one time my entire high school career.
Me too, bud. Me
Like,
too,
I was a
bud.
good kid, right? So we got snowed in on Monday. We were supposed to go to school Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Damn, how drunk am I? What the fuck did I just say? Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. How did you even do that? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we were supposed to go to school. I skipped school all 3 days, right? And then Friday, we got snowed in again. So I missed a whole week. Well, what I would do is I would go home, I would get on the internet, and then I would leave. That way, when the school's automatic system would call to be like, hey, your student was not at school today. If you don't agree with this, press 1 or whatever. So I would get on the internet. So when they would call, it would just get a busy signal and it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was I was so nervous, like, because my mom would have kicked my ass as she found out. Hopefully she's not watching this because she's already called in once, or I called her.
She roasted you? Heard about that.
Tata, you have to see the video of my mom talking about me as a child.
You bet I'll watch it.
It was incredible. Jay just walked away to go do something, so we'll read a little bit of the chat and get caught up. Pony Power says, but what's the point of catfishing? Why would someone waste their time doing it? That is my biggest thing. Like, I don't understand why you would go through the trouble of all of that to come out at the end like, you're expecting Janet Jackson and fucking Precious walks out. Like, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm in love with Precious when you've been telling me you're Janet Jackson the whole time. Like, I don't get the point.
Janet Jackson's your go-to for hot chicks?
That's like my favorite.
Janet Jackson's like fucking 60.
The sexiest song ever made is Janet Jackson's Anytime.
He's got some
Anywhere.
good ones.
Wait, what? What
Listen
song?
to that. Anytime,
Anywhere.
any place.
Any
Oh
place,
my
anywhere.
god.
I don't know this song.
Shit. Well, you
Janet,
listen to
like
it.
Janet knows what's up. Like early Janet.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. But she wasn't my go-to like hot girl. That was just the first name that popped up, and then I compared it to Precious.
Yeah,
that was it.
Teenage Rucker in his room thinking about Janet Jackson with the sock.
Teenage Rucker was probably thinking about a lot of shit that we won't bring up. Oh my God, you guys were such angels. I skip so often. That's Jay's wife saying that she used to skip school all the time. Kristen says her jam was skipping school in high school. No drugs. Yeah, right. Barely drank. Needed some kind of rebellion. I have a feeling that Kristen was like, those friends you have where they're really good in front of the parents, but like behind the scenes, they're like mischievous as a motherfucker. I think that's Kristen. That's Kristen.
I don't know if I didn't ever ditch school. I went to Catholic school. So like they were on your ass if you weren't at school. But I kind of always had the option if I wanted to, because my dad and my brother have the same name. So I think like once my brother signed me out of school. And that was that, because you just have to show your ID. And like my dad was my emergency contact. So if somebody came to pick you up, they had to be able to show ID. But I think that was the extent.
I got caught forging my mom's signature on a bad note when I was in like 5th grade. I woke up like 3 days later with a headache and didn't know what happened to. She beat the shit. Not beat. I got my ass whooped. Since then, I have never liked writing anybody else's name on anything. Yeah, it was bad because I was being a little asshole in school and I got a bad note sent home and I was like, oh, I know how to spell my mom's name. I'll just write this myself and nobody will hear about it. Well, apparently the teacher kind of knew that wasn't my mom's handwriting.
That was a 5th grader's handwriting.
Yeah, what kind of handwriting you had that you think you could pull off like an adult woman's signature?
I mean, I looked at the other shit she had signed from me being a little asshole, and I tried to make it the same thing. It wasn't complicated, I thought, and I never did it again after that.
I'm gonna have to ask your mom about that next time we have her on the show.
Ask her about Miss Lofton, my 2nd grade teacher, who I went to school long enough ago to where Miss Lofton, I was being an asshole, called me up in front of the entire class, bent me over her knee, and beat my ass with a ruler.
Wait, what? Wait, say that again. What happened? Your teacher beat you over your knee?
This was allowed. This is
my teacher.
Still allowed.
Hit me with a yardstick over my ass, and I said, I'm telling my mom. And Miss Lofton said, tell your mom. I went home and told my mom and thought, my mom ain't gonna take this shit. My mom's go up there and beat Miss Lofton's ass. You know what my mom told me? Miss Lofton was my teacher in 2nd grade too. I'm not messing with Miss Lofton. She's whooped my ass before. Go back to school tomorrow.
What the fuck school did you go to where they can hit kids?
Jason, in some parts of, and I know this because my brother's taught in other states, you can opt in to let the teacher beat your child still.
First off, you call me by my like in trouble name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jason?
Well, in her defense, that's what I told her your name was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. What
we
the
like
fuck?
to call him J-Dog around these parts.
No,
J-Dog.
fuck off with the J-Dog shit.
J-Dog.
Fuck that stuff. That is, fuck you Sheena in the chat. Okay, dude, you can like tick a box to have your teachers beat you up. Like, I get it if you're in like some weird, like you went to Catholic school, I get that. But Rucker, were you in some Catholic school or just like a regular public school?
No, this was just elementary school, and Miss Lofton didn't play that shit. There was no box.
What a
to check.
bitch!
Like she beat my mom as a child too. So my mom had PTSD apparently. When I was like Miss Lofton, she was like, "Ooh."
She was like, I ain't fucking with her.
Yeah, you better be good.
You must have fucked up.
Exactly. You better be on your P's and Q's when you go back tomorrow.
Yeah, right, welcome to America.
We fucked around long enough, Tata. Let's see what we got going.
Well, no. Before we get into the juicy stuff, Rucker, we do have to take another fake break. We got to do that. Okay. I'm going to be that guy.
All right. We'll do that.
We will be back with Tata's journey on the single dating app. I don't know if we're allowed to name them, whatever it is. We're going to see how many dick pics she's got. We'll go from there, guys. We'll be right back after this.
You guys, this whiskey is so nasty. But Rucker, I think you'll like it.
The peanut butter one?
Yeah, I think so. I think you got to mix it with something.
Okay.
The smell of peanut butter is overwhelming a little bit.
All right, so our fake break is over.
Yeah, I don't think we explained to Tata what our fake breaks were. We're still live as hell.
No, it's fine. Me and Marty do this all the time.
Okay.
So we're all going to be quiet for like 3 seconds. So
No, the quietness is good. No, it wasn't that. It was just I was afraid she was going to say something like that she didn't want anybody else to hear.
Oh, no.
These fucking nerds in the chat. Like, I can't believe these people are watching y'all. And we're still live the whole time. That would have been fun.
Yeah, seriously. Right. She's like, your show sucks, guys. What the hell? This is fucking.
I can't believe y'all invited me on this bullshit.
Serious.
I'm sticking around.
Satellite celebrity here. What is this bullshit?
What
You probably a Canadian. What the hell is this shit?
All right, here we go. Let's welcome back to this clusterfuck of 80 Proof Podcast, Rucker, J-Bomb, and Tatiana from SXM. And we're about to delve into a territory that Jay and myself have never been to. Okay, so everybody in the chat and us have been joking that you'll have dick pics in there. I was talking a little while ago about how when you welcome and you don't get the you've got mail, if there's no dick pics in there, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Oh no, that's
Well,
so true.
here's the thing. Can you send the pics if you haven't like matched with them? Like, is that
don't
allowed?
know,
I don't
Tata.
even know. I don't know either.
Okay, hold on. I know a little bit about this because I had that single friend. We could talk about apps on here. We could totally talk. What app is it?
Hinge.
I don't know what that is. So forget it. But like I know like Bumble, like a girl has to make the first move. I know on Tinder it's like a free for all. And but Hinge, what how many
I don't know.
fucking-
Let's just open it and see what happens. I'm opening it. Hold on.
I'm worried for the content of the show. There's going to be absolutely nothing. So Tata, if that's the
Like I
case,
told you.
Okay, I have 50. I have 50 plus. It says 50 plus swipes. So
Oh, wow.
50 plus people.
that's pretty good.
Give me-
50 is probably the maximum notifications you can get. That's like the 99 plus on Twitter. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm not gonna obviously give people's names and shit, but
come
let's
on.
see.
Wait, did you see when she said I had 50 plus swipes? Did you see like her head grow like
I
four
was
times?
like,
when
look
she
at
said that?
me.
She's like 50 plus swipes.
All of a sudden
no
she
big
starts like
deal.
fucking swinging her hair around and shit.
She's like, those were some good selections of those photos.
Right?
Guido Anchovy says Hinge is a swingers app.
Oh no, are you serious? No,
That's-
they're fucking with
I don't know if that's serious or not, but that's what it says in the chat.
First of all,
Hinge is Hinge is beyond the most adult app for actual dating.
Oh,
That's
this
what
is
Kristen
good.
says. We can't trust Kristen though.
Okay, well,
Those prompts be working.
it looks like people can just like your photo and start a conversation. This person is looking for a partner in crime.
Trying to kill some
32. It's from San Fernando. That's too far.
Well, you were already
Dream
considering
job.
the one that was looking for that? You're like, no, too far though.
Listen,
Chaos Theory
distance
says
matters
Hinge
when
is-
you live in LA.
Yeah, Chaos Theory says Hinge is definitely a swingers territory app.
Stop. Oh my, what assholes signed me up for this?
Well, we've
Hold
been
on.
making a rumor that Guido Anchovy, Jeff, and Steph are swingers. Jeff, this is not helping your case, knowing that Hinge is a swingers app.
Okay, let's
I
go
don't
to
think I didn't know that was a rumor. Kristen says Hinge is not for swingers. LOL. It's for dating. She's been on it.
This person's from Pomona. X, that's far.
That's too far.
Listen,
Don't care if you're
Pomona.
my soulmate
I
or
dated
not. I'm not
someone
driving.
that lived like 30 miles away and hours in commute, and Pomona's farther, so no. Goodbye.
Okay, hold on. This, if I know anything about dating apps, I have a feeling that they've only been able to like match with you. You have to match back before they
I
can
know,
start
I've
sending
X'd out a
messages.
few.
So
This
here's
person said, "Hey, what's your favorite place you've traveled to?" So somebody must have put a travel prompt on there for me.
but don't you
Together
think
we could fill out our. This is what his prompt says. Together we could fill our passports up with stamps.
Oh, it's cute.
That's
But-
cute.
That's fucking lame.
Yeah,
that was
it's
lame
pretty
as
bad.
shit.
Do you
bad.
see what I'm
fuck
working
outta here.
with? Like, this is all just lame.
But
Like, I'd rather meet someone at like a show or out in the wild. You know what I mean?
okay, so that if you're not that into the app, why don't you just match with everybody that matched with you? Just immediately swipe right on all of them, and then wait for the messages to come in while we're live on the air.
Because that's mean if I'm not interested. What
do you mean mean?
Bad karma.
Dude, that's not bad karma. That's how these dating apps work. Like, dude, there's like that's what guys do. They go to a new location because your matches change when you move around.
Right. True.
So
I
they-
have friends
they-
that turn it on when they're traveling.
Right. So they travel to a new area. They just literally pull out the app and they're just swiping right for like an hour while they're talking to you. Because it's a numbers
Okay,
game.
It is a number.
The chat is tripping. All right. Kristen says Hinge is not for swingers. We read that. Tara Lynch, the commercial for Hinge says it is the app meant to be deleted. AKA,
That's what
you
their
find-
tagline is.
Find your perfect match and not need the app anymore.
That's their prompt.
And then Guido Anchovy replies to Kristen and says, "Newsflash, you're probably banging someone's husband." Karen is asking if you're on Grinder or not.
Grinders for the men versus men and girls for girls.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a gay app.
So you don't. So
No
you don't
dick
actually
pics.
have.
No dick pics.
You don't actually have messages. You just have people like.
No, I
liking
guess
you?
I have a couple people that have asked questions. One person was like, where would you like where would you like to travel to? The next place you'd like to travel to. A lot of liked photos. This guy took a picture with a giant inflatable sugar cookie.
Oh, you gotta match with him. Come on, match with some of these. Tatiana, come on. It's good stuff.
He's got many photos with giant candy props.
That's a euphemism for he likes to eat ass. I'm telling you.
Like he has a life-size, like those ice creams from the ice cream truck with the gumball eyes. Like,
yeah.
He's got like a life-size prop of that. Why would anybody need that?
So he's a murderer. You might want to not. Send them a message saying age, sex, location.
Yeah, I was gonna say Irish Whip just killed it. He's like, send them all ASL ?
That's funny.
Every single one. If they don't know what it means, just ask them, right?
How long have you been? How long have you been in the dating game? Is this like a newer thing, or?
I don't know if I ever really consider myself like in or out of the dating game. It's like I'm either dating someone or I'm not. I don't.
No, I mean like, were you in like a long-term relationship and now this is new to you?
I've been single for a hot minute, for a couple years now, like truly single, like not talking to anybody, nobody on the back burner, that kind of thing. I was dating someone for a minute and it went up. And do you want to hear that story? That's a way more fun story.
Yeah, what does for the minute mean? Like you said, like it's been a minute and you're like, it's been a couple years. A minute I would assume would be short.
No. Yeah, a couple years. I dated a guy. I met this guy. Super cool on paper. Was perfect. And we were dating, I want to say like 6 months, and it was never like super serious. Like I wasn't gonna marry this guy, you know what I mean? But we were seeing each other frequently, this and that. And then one day he decides to tell me he is polyamorous.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, I'm surprised you do. You were a couple whiskeys deep when we started having that conversation, but he decided to tell me he was polyamorous.
First off,
yeah,
judgy is
I'm
a
not judging. I support you. You're fine when you're drunk.
I learned what that word meant like 2 weeks ago.
Polyamorous. What? Well, I learned that word that day because I went into like anxiety Googling because he was like, and he wasn't going to tell me either. It was weird. He would never like answer his phone when we were together, which I was like, oh, that's respectful. I hate when someone's on their phone when we're hanging out. But he was like, I really need to take this. He's like, I'm sorry. This is so rude. And he comes back and I was like, hey, what was that? Like, what was going on? He was like, oh, just this person I know is kind of going through something and I'm a little worried for them. So, oh, how do you know this person? Like, is it a friend? This and that. And he gets this weird like face, like, oops, I got to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, spill the beans, motherfucker. He's like, so I've told you that I'm polyamorous, right? And I was like, no. And he goes, oh, well, yeah, I'm polyamorous. And I was like, we've been seeing each other for 6 months. When were you going to tell me, honey? And I think I was in a little bit of shock because I was just like, it's fine. Like the pitch in my voice went up like 10 octaves. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I just need to get through this night and then like bolt home. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? I am not judging a lifestyle. If someone is polyamorous, that is their choice. Not judging. However, am not polyamorous. And I would appreciate someone telling me that they're polyamorous.
From the get-go, I would assume, right? That's like a
well, that was
that should be in your prompt, right? Like hashtag.
That should be in your prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be in your prompt. Exactly.
Yeah, fuck everything. FYI.
Yeah. Exactly.
By the way,
yeah. Go ahead.
That's funny. That's fantastic.
I fuck all my friends and all their friends and all their wives and cousins
and because I was, I was like, you know what, we need to not, like, I can't do this. This isn't cool. I'm like, you lied from the get-go, which is not cool. And it's not even about the fact that you're polyamorous, to be quite honest. It's the fact that like you flat out fucking lied, bro. Because my thing is If you're seeing other people, you're dating other people, this is a casual situation, that's totally fine. You just got to let me know. Like, I would like to know like the playing field here. I'd like to be aware and in the loop. He did not do that. And it was a lot. And then like a few months later, he got into a serious relationship. And I'm like, do you think I'm a moron? You were just fucking around, which is your right to do. You just thought that calling yourself polyamorous was going to get you out of the fire.
I was going to say that. I feel like that term is like, I'm going to label myself a polyamorous, but I'm just a huge piece of fucking shit. And I'm going to just like fuck on you and have an excuse for it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was.
I like how polite Tata was. She was like, "Oh, he's not answering his phone in front of me. Like, that's so nice of him."
I thought that was polite.
Meanwhile, he's like, "Oh my God."
It's because he's got another girl in like every other state.
Meanwhile, he's like some sort of sex dinosaur. He's a polyamorous.
I got hoes.
I mean,
in different area codes. Area code. Hoes. Oh,
listen.
I'm just gonna keep going until somebody starts talking.
See, Tatiana's internet fell off at the perfectly right time. The perfectly right time. Hey.
Listen, no, I mean, I knew just because he was somewhat in the entertainment industry. So like,
oh, he's got a name. What's the name? Come on.
I'm not giving you his name. He wasn't anybody. No, he wasn't anybody famous. He was just like kind of. I met him knowing like through the industry I work in, and I was just like, bro, like you really didn't tell me you were polyamorous.
So what's your first move though? What's your first move? Polyamorous to me. I'm like straight to the clinic.
Well, you got to do that often anyway.
Well, I'm married like 12 years. Right. So right. I don't take frequent visits to the clinic.
My first move was to block the phone number and to be like, peace out, motherfucker. I don't care like how casual this is. That was shady behavior and you're rude. That's kind of where I was at. I was like, goodbye. Then you get your health in check. Not that I really then you get your health in check. But then it was just like, well, that really sucked because it's rejection in like a really weird way.
Yeah, it is a weird one.
It's like a weird, and even though, you know, it wasn't until he like started dating someone seriously that I was like, oh, that's really fucking shady because you just told me you were polyamorous. You wanted to fuck around. Well, fuck you.
Okay, is there nothing that was kind of like, that's like, to me, right? So like from a guy's perspective, there's like an ongoing joke that girls like assholes because they always want to change them. Isn't polyamorous like the most extreme version of that where you're like, well, he's polyamorous, so maybe I could be the guy who makes him not polyamorous? Was there any of that?
Here's the thing.
They're basically saying,
no.
Jay, you've never seen Harlem Nights, right?
Yeah, correct.
Harlem Nights reference. So,
wait, has Tatiana seen Harlem Nights? Do you know this movie?
I have no idea what that is.
See, I'm not the only one. So fuck you, Chris.
Tata's like 21. She shouldn't have seen Harlem Nights. It was out before she was born. Jay's
like, you're making excuses for her.
That women should be like, oh yeah, well my pussy's so good that I'm just gonna make him give up all his other hoes. That's not how life works. So Jay, there was a thing in Harlem Nights where Vera, she's the mistress in the whorehouse.
Bro, that's my grandmother's name. I can't hear the story.
They're trying to get this guy to like do what they want, and they're like, Vera, you got a girl you can put on him? And she's like, I got a girl whose pussy is so good if you threw it in the air it would turn into sunshine. And Red Fox is sitting there and he's blind and he just starts looking up in the air. He's like, I'd love to meet her. She's like, you probably wouldn't be able to see her, you blind motherfucker. It's a whole thing. That for whatever reason that just reminded me of it. It has no context in this whole thing.
Yeah, we're going with her, Christopher.
Whatever. It was fantastic. You should have seen the movie. Watch Harlem Nights this weekend, and then when you see that part, you'll be like, I get it, Rucker.
So I'll understand where Tatiana's coming from, finding out that her casual boyfriend of 6 months.
No, I wasn't talking. I was talking about
pussy
you.
Here.
It's nothing to do with Tata.
Oh, okay, all right.
Listen.
Sheena knows what I'm talking about.
On being like a skeptical human, so I'm like, where are the red flags? I did not. I didn't really see. I mean, there were red flags. There weren't, I'm a polyamorous person, red flags trying to date a non-polyamorous woman. Um, yeah, it was weird. It was weird. It was weird. I'm glad I'm past that. You know what? It is a fun icebreaker though. Conversation where it's like, what's the worst date you've ever had? Well, let me tell you what dating in LA is like. You accidentally date a polyamorous person for 6 months. That's how
Wow.
that
See,
goes.
so I'm like so happy that I'm married already when all this shit takes place.
Seems
There's
scary.
so much shit. Yeah, it's
Right.
there's so much like just bullshit out there now to where
Yeah.
you got to navigate these waters of Instagram famous and somebody used to be this or somebody used to be that, or I'm having sex with everybody in the world, but hey, I'm polyamorous, so I'm good. I'm addicted to this and that. Like there's so much shit out there. I feel for y'all, really, on
It's
some real shit. Like it's
not, yeah, it's not ideal, but I think especially like I think there's a lot of people that feel pressure to be in relationships when you're old. Like I'm 30 years old and I've never been more single. I think for a lot of people that's a lot of personal pressure. Like, am I
you're
gonna get
what?
married?
I thought
I
you were
had
like 27.
I had a birthday like a week ago.
You're
Yeah, I didn't
30?
know you
For
were-
real? You're 30?
I swear to
I
sweet
told
baby
you happy
Jesus.
birthday.
You
I
did.
told you happy birthday.
Well,
Um,
welcome to the end.
Yeah, I know. That's what everybody told me.
Yeah.
But it's a quarantine. It's a quarantine birthday. It doesn't count. It doesn't
Oh,
count.
okay, yeah,
Turning
yeah,
30
yeah, yeah.
next
So
year.
I'm still 30. I'm still
At 30, you're still
37.
good, though. At 30, you're still good. Like, you're still like,
I don't really care about age. It's one of those things. I think a lot of people feel pressure to be in a relationship by a certain time, by a certain age, whatever that may be on their personal level. And I've never really felt like that. So it's like being in the dating world, I'm like that person. It feels better knowing that I would like it's better to be by myself than to be with someone who's not right. Like I feel like I in my early 20s I maybe didn't feel that way. I was like, kind of stuck in that like societal pressure like, "Oh, well, are you in a relationship? Why are you single? Why aren't you dating?" Now I'm just like, "Nah, dude, that person sucks. I'm not wasting my time."
okay, then question for you. You're a 30-year-old woman in LA.
Mhm.
You don't feel the pressure of the age. Is there a number that you will start feeling the pressure for?
I'm sure that'll come, but I'm sure it'll come. I mean, I've felt it before. It comes in waves, but there's like a certain point where you make peace with it, where you're like, dude, like get your head straight. It's not that serious. I'm sure that it'll come again though. I'm sure if I'm like 35 and single, I'll have this, it's a cyclical thing,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
feel like
that
30 is a perfect age though to meet your like ideal mate. I feel like
I mean, it'd be
30
cool.
30 you've been through enough like I mean, I don't know about polyamorous stuff, but I'm sure you've had a couple of relationships in your life that have been more successful than
Been
that. So
experienced.
you've lived and learned.
Yeah. I mean,
We-
I've been in long-term relationships. I definitely have the dating like experience. Like I know what it's like to be with someone long term. It's just I just wouldn't waste my time with people anymore. I think when you're in your early 20s, you're like, "Oh, I can make this work or it'll be
Yeah.
fine." And it's like,
Do you think?
"No, bro."
Do you think being in LA, it's harder to find what you're looking for, or even look for what you're looking for? Because it seems like listening to you talk and listening to all these radio shows and shit like that that are based in LA, it's real superficial and real fake and real phony, and like
Uh,
hearing it. Go ahead.
Honestly, I wasn't even really exposed to like that stereotypical LA scene until I started working in LA because I live in the beach cities. So I'm a little further south. So I grew up in like a South Bay bubble. That was really laid back, really chill. And it wasn't until I started working in LA and really spending time there that I was like, oh, this is where the stereotypes come from.
You're born and raised LA? Like you didn't move out there?
I born and raised LA.
I'm so jealous.
It's there's not many. There's very few.
No, I'm from Montreal, so Canada sucks.
Oh,
Tata, I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
All right, you know a Honda Accord, right?
I own a Honda Accord.
Oh
I
wow,
did.
okay. So
No,
you
I
so
did.
you know
I-
the
Are
No,
you
I'm just
asking
saying
me if
you-
I own one? I'm like,
No,
well, how
I'm
do you know
asking
I have
you-
a Honda?
no, Honda Accord, right? You know the
Yes,
brand, like
that
Honda.
was my
All right.
little
So
hoopty.
There's
Oh,
also a Sonata, but Sonata is not from Honda. Who makes a Sonata?
hmm
Who makes one? Do you know?
A Sonata is a Hyundai.
Thank you. This motherfucker on here tells me that it's pronounced Hyundai.
I don't know how it's pronounced. I just Hyundai. I drive a Hyundai.
Oh, you drive a Honda.
No, she drives a
I drive a
Hyundai.
Hyundai. I did have a Honda
Oh.
Accord.
Okay, so
That
what kind
thing
of
was
car
a
do you have?
fucking- Me, I have a Hyundai.
A Hyundai what?
Tucson. Why are there crickets?
Because Jay did something to his audio. So
I didn't do shit to my audio, motherfucker.
We've had this this argument since it started, and Jay and his Canadian brethren think that it's called Hyundai.
It's
And I'm
Hyundai.
like, bless you. I'm like,
Hyundai.
bless you. It's Hyundai.
Gesundheit.
Okay, so let's go further than this. If you're gonna try and embarrass me, let's go further with this, right?
I'm not trying to embarrass you. I was just trying to get somebody else's take on it. She lives in LA. It's the
Yeah.
melting pot of the West Coast. So clearly there are people over there that know how to pronounce the word Hyundai, not Hyundai.
Okay, so let's talk here for a second. If we're gonna talk about
That's
silent
all the time we
versus
have.
silent versus non-silent Y's. The other day on the podcast, I said figure instead of figure.
Figure.
Right? I said
You
figure.
said what?
Figure.
What is
Yeah.
What would you
Okay.
call this right
Yeah,
here?
it's an
Tata?
action
what
figure.
What kind of toy is this?
That's a figure. A figurine.
Okay, so this is my beef with Americans, right? Here it is. Hyundai literally has a Y in it. You decide not to pronounce it. You call it a Hyundai. But then a word that doesn't have a Y, like figure, you throw a Y in there. So y'all know the alphabet, right? What sound does Y make? Yeah. So
All I
decide.
know is that when I call the Hyundai dealer to make a service appointment, they say, "Thank you for calling Hyundai of the South Bay."
Yeah, because it's
Bam.
because it's. You think you're calling fucking Japan? No, you're calling fucking some other American
They
who doesn't know how to
work there.
pronounce
They
it.
should know.
They don't
You
know
live in Canada though, so how are you going to tell us that that's how they pronounce it in Japan?
because the fucking letter is in the fucking word, bro. Hyundai.
Do you know your vowels? A,
Have we
E,
asked
A,
Google?
E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. This is a sometimes. That Y doesn't fucking count.
Bro, how do you spell this word? I'm Googling
This is
it.
so much.
Hold on. I
right.
literally just YouTubed how to pronounce Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Can you
That's
hear
a
it?
thing. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everything's
Did
on
you hear it?
YouTube.
I did-
Obviously,
what
we
did it
didn't
say,
hear it.
Tata?
I can do
Tell
it
us
though.
what it said.
I have it pulled in.
Oh, you have it
Hold on.
queued up to your thing.
I think I do.
All
I
right,
don't
so
know. No,
You've also
talk.
said a boot multiple times, so I don't know if you have a lot of legs to stand on, pal.
All right, so this is what we got to do.
Whoa, hold
We're
on.
gonna- we're gonna
When the
end
fuck did I
show.
say a boot? Tatiana. like all of a sudden Tatiana's got a Y in her name too. What the fuck is going on here?
In all fairness, that is how
boot.
it's, you pronounce it in American language. My name is Tatiana. It's got a Spanish accent on it.
Tatiana.
Tatiana. Now you're in trouble when you hear Tatiana.
I can't
That's
even
funny.
pull it because my driver's long
Promise
story.
you, it's gonna say Hyundai.
It's gonna say Hyundai. Okay, Hyundai.
All right, so check this
We
out,
have-
Jay. Throw
What's
up
up?
the Zoom link into the chat so the people can come hang out with us afterwards. We're gonna end this episode.
We
of
are?
80 Proof Podcast.
But there's no
because
dick
My
pics.
headphones are
No,
dying.
struck out with the dick pics. I'm sorry.
Hey man,
Bring them next time.
Tatiana,
She
we brought
opened
you
the
on this
app,
for the
it
dick
said
pics.
welcome, and it didn't say you've got mail. That's just what happened. It's a thing.
I feel like
She
just
didn't put
fucked this
enough
up.
prompts in there. I learned what a prompt was tonight, so that's a thing. Jay,
Chris,
what are you doing? Quit messing with
Dude, don't fuck on me, man. There's a lot of fucking pressure, man. There's a lot of
Is
fucking
that a
pressure.
I'm trying to end it. I'm
You
trying to
didn't
end it so the
realize.
pressure's over. So, Tata, we want to thank you for being the first guest on the 80 Proof Podcast. I hope you had a good time.
Oh, I always
It
have
was,
good time with y'all. It's fun. Thank you. Sorry I didn't
The
have
ch-
dick pics.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. I don't know how Jay feels about it.
You know,
but
I would
I'm
have
glad
showed you
that-
guys too. I would have flipped my phone real quick and
Oh
been
no,
like, "Look
no,
what I got."
That was dicks are ugly. Why do people do that? by the way.
I gotta
Like,
see him. Y'all gotta see.
You know what's
Yeah,
the
why
truth?
Do you guys do that? Why do you guys do that?
Everybody says dicks are ugly. I don't see it. Like, I'm a straight male, and I don't see how dicks are ugly. Like,
Have
in
you sent
today's
dick pics before?
no,
Are you lying?
I've seen like my own dick pics.
This has been the final episode of 80 Proof Podcast, as we have found out that J-Bomb likes the way dicks look.
I didn't say I like the way dicks look. I said that dick pics aren't ugly. I'm stepping
never
up
seen
for
a
my
good
So
one.
people.
this has been the final episode of 80 Proof Podcast, because Jay likes dick pics now.
Okay.
So send them to Talkomania 54.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you. No, but for real,
Do not
Tatiana, thank
send
you.
them to 80 Proof.
Oh, Bill, thanks for having me come on and bullshit with you guys.
I feel like we got to do this again. I feel like we got to make
Yeah,
this a
I'm down.
regular thing.
Yeah, you let me know when.
Your mic sounds incredible. I'm super jealous.
I'll send you a link afterwards.
Please let me
I
know.
need that, because I need. But the Zoom link is in the chat, everybody. If you want to hang out, 80 Proof After Dark, we will be here. Tata, thank you for coming. Again, check her out on Sirius XM's Alt Nation tomorrow, 11 to 2 Eastern Time. For J-Bomb, for Tatiana, I'm Chris Rugger. This has been 80 Proof Podcast. Peace.
Yeah. Thank you, Tata. Oh, shit. They can still hear me. Just me, though. We're affiliate now. Fuck them. No, not fuck him. They can hear me.